Hey there, friends. How you doing? I'm so excited. My little man, Brooks, has just turned 10 weeks this week. Hello. He's getting very distracted by my boobies at the moment, I think. Yeah, we'll feed you in just a moment. He's a very hungry bear. But so anyway, I get really excited at the moment because he's smiling at me and he's cooing. He's lifting up his head and turning it from side to side. All those things that new moms get really pumped up about. But as a new mom, I also am curious, when is he going to start walking and talking? And before that, when will he start crawling and laughing a lot more than he already is? So I've got my buddy, Dr. Jill Gamberg here from Double Bay Doctors.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me.
So is Brooks doing the right things for 10 weeks?
Absolutely. So certainly the things that Anna mentioned, like lifting up the head, that's one of the first motor milestones that babies learn to do, and start rolling side to side. Certainly from a language side, the cooing and the noises that he's starting to make, all very normal. And that beautiful smile, the first social milestone. And from 6 weeks, really smiling in response to a parent's face. That's such a special moment.
So the categories are what you said: social and emotional, language, cognitive, and motor skills.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Those are the four main categories. And certainly as doctors, we're looking at all the different categories and making sure that children are meeting the milestones in each of those categories.
And make sure you go to Kooiman.com, because Jill has been nice enough to give us bullet points for different months and when you should be expecting your baby to be doing which things from the different categories. That way you can know if your child is lagging behind in any of them. And what do you do if your child you think is lagging behind?
Yeah, it's certainly worth mentioning. No doctor would ever be upset if you're worried about your child to come and have a chat.
Yeah.
There's such a spectrum of normal that, you know, you can have a child walking at 10 months and you can have a child walking at 15 months and both are normal. Mm-hmm. So it's really important, if you're worried, to just talk to us.
Okay. So Brooks is lifting up his head when we have tummy time and all of that, which I get really excited about. When will he start rolling, do you think?
Well, look, to be honest, any time from 6 weeks, you should always have one hand on your baby.
Yes.
Because a baby can roll off a surface, and that usually gives parents quite a fright when that sort of happens spontaneously and they don't expect it. But proper rolling over and being able to go back in front, sort of about 4 months.
4 months. So he's still got a little while till he's going to be doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he can't roll. It just, you know, the proper where he does it purposefully,
right,
as opposed to by accident.
Yes. And when will all of the spazzo hands and spazzo legs, when will that subside? It seems like he's already starting to have a bit of purposeful movements.
Do you know what's interesting about those kind of movements? It's a lot of reflex in newborns.
Yeah.
So there's the Moro reflex and these kind of reflexes the babies are actually not controlling. That's brain function. That's primitive stuff, really amazing that babies still have the reflexes. So all that movement that's uncontrolled, that actually unfortunately goes away, because I think it's quite nice.
It's cute, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really lovely, but it sort of goes away and then purposeful movement starts to replace that. But that's also lovely to watch.
So rolling at 4 months, how about crawling and then walking? When do those things happen?
Yeah, again, crawling, there's such a spectrum of normal. You can have bum shufflers, you can have commando crawlers.
What's a bum shuffler?
It's actually pretty funny. They literally sit on the bottom and they scooch along the floor. Yeah.
How about that? Then I guess commando is just all arms and just kind of dragging your legs, right?
You got it, like you do in the mud you know, kind of races.
I remember my mom saying that my brother actually, he sort of skipped crawling altogether. He just, you know, he was just a baby and just laying down chilling all the time. And then he started rolling and he never really crawled. He just rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled. And then one day he just stood up.
You know what? So normal. Every baby's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say the other, you know, sort of milestone that parents like you were asking, is about walking.
Yes.
Sort of standing walking is a pretty big milestone. Everybody talks about it. They can usually kind of get strong enough to stand up on their parents' laps about, you know, 7 months, really pulling up to stand a little bit later. And then some of them just take off walking early, 9-10 months, but usually most kids start cruising around 12 months.
Okay, so here's what I want to know. If they start cruising around 12 months, what if Brooks is a rock star and starts around 10 months or something like that? Does that mean he's going to be an Olympic athlete? Is he going to be the next Usain Bolt or the next Anna Kooiman marathon runner?
Well, given that he's your son, he probably will be. But the fact that he walks early doesn't mean that at all. It just means he's going to be normal.
Yeah. Oh, well. Well, I still hope he does. You know, every parent, we just get so excited. And, oh, my kid is the smartest and my kid is cooing faster than yours and all that stuff. And it's so funny, even when I was pregnant, you almost feel like you're the only one who's ever been pregnant and the only one who's ever had a baby.
I know, it is. It's such a special experience, the whole pregnancy and having a young baby.
Yeah,
It's
you
really,
see
you gotta
a little
savor every
baby
moment.
bubble.
They grow up too fast.
Hello.
Oh, what a beautiful boy.
Hi. He doesn't know how lucky he is growing up here with the
Pretty
wind in his
spectacular.
hair and all of that. So what other motor skills besides, sitting up? When will they sit up? Obviously that will be
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. So sitting is usually around 6 months. They often can't sit by themselves at 6 months, but they can start doing a sitting up with maybe some pillows behind them. And then by 7 or 8 months, they're usually sitting up with enough head control and back control, tummy muscles to sit up.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's important to think about all the different categories, and often parents are quite excited about the motor skills side of things because that's what we all talk about. That's the rolling and the sitting and all that. But it's important to think about language, cognition, so brain function, and also social and emotional development. So if you feel like your child is not meeting any of these milestones, then it's important to talk to someone.
Yeah.
And whether you check on an app or you talk to your doctor, it's really important. So for example, language progression.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Well, I just wanted to make people aware that there's actually more than one category. So parents tend to talk a lot about the motor skills because let's face it, that's exciting. When are they going to sit? When are they going to walk? But there's also, it's important to look at the other categories as well, like language development, social and emotional, and cognitive or brain function. So it's important to think about those skills as well. And people know them, they just may not know that's the categories that they're in.
Right,
So
of
for
course.
example, So for example, like a smile at 6 weeks is your first social interaction. It's sort of, the baby is smiling in response to your smile.
Right.
And that's a really special thing for a parent as well as a special
Oh my
milestone.
gosh, I have to say actually it's not even just the first time that it happened, but it's still happening, and I just feel like it's a feeling I've never felt when he looks up and smiles at me. It
Yeah.
is just the most amazing thing. It's better than having your dream job. It's better than finishing a marathon.
Nothing better.
It's better than the first time you have sex with your husband. It's better than, it's just better than your wedding day.
Yeah,
it's
it's
better than, oh my God,
amazing.
it's just a smile.
Yeah, very special.
It's getting really antsy. Okay, we're gonna go. Real quick though, Dr. Jill Gamberg, where can we find more information out about you?
Sure. So I work at Double Bay Doctors. You can certainly visit me there for anyone that lives in Sydney. Otherwise, you can find me on drjillgamberg.com or on Instagram, Dr. Jill Gamberg.
Very good. And head to AnnaKooiman.com. It's a great place for resources for you if you're a pregnant lady or if you're a new mom. And friends, if you have friends who are in those categories as well, make sure you share this content with them too. Go to AnnaKooiman.com. All the milestones are listed from Dr. Gamberg. She's been really kind and given us a bunch of bullet points that can help you. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye everybody.
everybody.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.